Hey, Planet in Peril. CNN's doing this thing.
Planet in Peril.
And I guess Texas is getting like 2 inches of snow. So where's the peril?
Exactly. Yeah, what's the problem?
What's the problem? By the way, I got the whole global warming thing figured out, and I don't know why no one.
You did it?
I don't know why no one has come to me for the real answer.
Got it all figured out?
You want to know my answer? It's very simple.
Please, I'd love to hear it.
Nothing has changed whatsoever.
Since when?
Since
since the beginning of time?
Nah, recorded history will go with.
All right.
Nothing has changed. Here's the problem.
What?
The scientists never figured out our clock right. Think.
So everything is shifted a little bit.
Thank you.
But they did.
Nope. They did
know.
not.
They know on like a planetary scale.
How do you know
where the Earth is at any given moment?
Like right now is what, December 11th, 10th, somewhere around there. 11th. I bet you it's really like October.
You think so, over so much time we've lost or gained or something? You know, but they know where we are in space relative to the sun.
How do you know? Who's been up there to really look at it?
Because the Earth is tilted on its axis, so we know when the solstice comes around that is the pinnacle of where the sun is hitting.
There was a story today. They're still adjusting the clock.
Tropic of Cancer or the equator or the Tropic of Capricorn.
Bullshit.
Those are your sun lines.
Nope.
During any
What does that mean? Who figured that out, and who decided that's what it's going to be? You know that there was a story today that they have to add a second onto this year because they don't have the clock figured out still?
Onto the big atomic clock.
Yeah, they're adding a second at the end of this year to
make up for it.
Well, they think they are, but I'm telling you, the whole global warming thing, it's just a shift happened, that's all. Because remember, people go, I remember when it was cold around Halloween when I was growing up.
So you're saying if we just changed the calendar to like, right now is July.
Well,
people would be like,
a little crazy. Now you're insane.
No, I'm going the extreme just to make a point.
Yeah.
Like, all right, we change the calendar, we flip everything forward, and today is the 4th of July.
Yeah.
It would be the oddest thing because we'd be like, oh my God, it's snowing on the 4th of July.
There you go.
It's no different than that.
There you go. I think they're in cahoots together too. Yeah.
Security. Security. Remove Opie from the building. I believe he's
lost. Well, I got someone backing me up. And I don't need any of that dumb knowledge you have. You just have to go with a little hunch every once in a while. I got a hunch. The clock's wrong.
You got a hunch, do you?
I got a hunch that the clock's wrong. Rob on Long Island.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Yeah, Opie's not too far off.
Thank you.
A few thousand years ago, back in the Roman and Greek times, before they accounted for daylight savings and, leap years and stuff, all these little extra seconds and days and stuff would always add on, to where they literally had to add 2 months to their calendar, July and August, I believe, because it started just snowing and had, crazy climate temperatures around, spring and summer. So they had to add an extra 2 months just to try to balance things out.
What year was this? There you go.
So, you can look it up.
I'm with you, Rob. See? Me and you, buddy.
No, but
we go with our hunches. We don't need dumb knowledge. We don't have to look it up in books.
The clocks can't be that off, though. Like, we still see the results physically.
How do we know?
Of the ice caps that are different.
And try to explain
They don't get much bigger.
I didn't like that explanation.
You didn't like that explanation?
Nope.
I kind of like it because...
And how many people have actually seen the ice caps? I don't know what they look like 20 years ago.
We know where we are in space relative to the sun.
Yeah.
That dictates our months and our seasons.
How about Mr. Spaceman just moved everything over a little bit?
Who's Mr. Spaceman?
I don't know who he is.
But we know because we have to know. We have to know for the satellites, for launching things, for going to other planets. So we absolutely know.
What do you really know? There was a time we thought the Earth was flat, and that was the law.
We know when we're in the exact spot around the sun that we were the year before, which makes it the same day.
All right, let's go back in time. Someone said we know the Earth is flat.
Well, they were real stupid.
How do you know we're not real stupid?
We're not real stupid. We've learned that. The Earth is not flat.
But there's other stuff we haven't learned, like we don't have the clock right.
No, I think we got that down.
Yeah, then why is it a lot warmer around Christmas?
And the clock being right is more the Earth spinning on its axis than rotating around the sun. Is a variation of the Earth spinning day to night.
How do we know the Earth's spinning?
How do we know the Earth's spinning?
Yeah.
It gets dark, and then it gets light again.
Maybe it's the sun spinning.
Now you're talking like old school. Now you're talking back in the day.
I'm going
back in the way old day.
I'm going like Galileo.
The sun.
Like, how do we know this shit?
The Earth is at the center of everything.
Right.
It rests on a tortoise's back.
Proving my point, by the way. Thank you. We believe that.
Yes, we did.
Like it was law.
Yeah.
Oh, is that where that? Wait, where is that? What does that mean? Because that's from a Stephen King book. What exactly is he?
They really
referencing?
thought that.
They really thought that the Earth was at the center of the universe, and it rested on a tortoise's back. And for some reason, a tortoise, a giant tortoise. What? Who would think that shit? That drivel. And the second you came up with some scientific thing where it was actually a good theory and it had some, not proof, but yeah, you had some good dialogue to back it up with, they'd, pull out your innards and feed them to pigs and then set you afire.
I do know why they thought that. It was a bizarre thing because Stonehenge, you look at Stonehenge, and someone said it looks like giant pieces of turtle shit. That's all I got. And it was not much.
Let's go to Alaska. We don't get a call from Alaska too often. So, Dan, what's going on?
Not much, you guys.
All right. Of course, nothing much. You're in Alaska.
Talking about where the extra 2 months the calendar come from. I actually learned this from my kid. Believe it or not, they do learn something at school. July and August was added by the Roman Caesars. July was for Julius Caesar, and August was for Augustus Caesar.
Yes.
Yes.
So you can't just add 2 months to the calendar, Aunt, without anyone noticing. I'm telling you.
Well, apparently they used
they
to.
were too busy getting drunk and stoned and having their orgies for anybody else to really pay too much attention to anything anyways.
But they didn't have it down back
then. And why
then?
in the year 2008 are we adding a second onto this year? Maybe that whole second thing has been happening all the time, and now it's moved everything forward a little bit.
Got to hate it when that happens.
That's right. It's called To Die in Jerusalem, Jimmy. HBO special.
Okay.
Let's say hi to Brian in Illinois. Brian.
Yeah.
Hey.
I was just wanting to say that, the Earth rotates on its axis, right?
Yeah.
The axis rotates also. So basically, eventually, the North Pole will become the South Pole.
What, you're saying that we're actually turning over as a planet? I think we've been the same weird degrees for quite some time. There's a bit of a wobble.
I think that's what he's trying to do.
But we're not flipping over. Sorry. I can't go with you on that one.
What does the wobble mean?
Not very fast.
It's nothing. There's always just been a bit of a wobble. It's a natural, nothing's perfect kind of a thing. And our planet spins around on its axis, and the axis is tilted. So it's not this perfect, little spinny thing.
Does rotate.
But wouldn't it be perfect? It's just how we look at it makes it not perfect? Wouldn't it be perfect if you looked at it like...
Well, relative to the solar system that we're in and the sun,
Do you know what I was going for?
Yeah.
No,
You're like, it's in space, and since space is endless, if you look at it one way, then it is going straight up and down. And the solar system is bent the wrong way. But... Yeah.
All right, I'm punching out.
All right, well...
It is really odd when you get into the whole spacey shit.
I hate thinking about
It
space.
just goes on and on forever and ever and ever.
Thomas Overbeck from Dallas. The tortoise's back theory was actually proposed by Ted the astronomer, owner of Ted's Telescope Palace.
It was never Ted's Telescope Palace, you cluck. It was Ted's Space Viewing Emporium.
Space Viewing Emporium?
Yes, I was pushing the turtle's back theory because I had a bunch of hats that looked like turtle backs and I had to sell them. I would call them the universe hats. Nobody bought one.
I was going to ask how they sell.
Not so well, Anthony. I tried to sell them as fancy soup bowls.
I heard in the first phase of trying to sell them, you didn't remove the turtle, which was a little awkward. People walking around with just turtles on their head.
Yes, and the turtles will claw your scalp. and they go nip into your scalp, and it hurts with their little turtle beaks.
They do tend to snap.
And their duty runs right down the back of your neck. I was on a date one time, showing my fancy hat off, and the girl kissed my neck and said, "Theodore, your neck smells like turtle feces." I was frightfully embarrassed.
Oh, God damn. Frightfully.
Yes.
Ted is such an ass.
No, I was correct. The turtle made a duty down my neck. And I always tuck in my shirts, so it began to collect and pile up.
Oh, God damn.
That was one nervous turtle.
Yeah, apparently. Riding around in your head with his little beak.
Yes. He would try to crawl off, and I would punch him.
You know, I wasn't raised in prehistoric days, like a lot of people say, but I certainly do remember a lot more reptiles and amphibians running around Long Island when I was growing up. As a kid, I used to live in Central Islip and then East Islip, and it was by Heckscher Park. And you used to be able to go off the side of the highway, and there was just this huge expanse of woods where there were ferns growing.
Sure.
Ferns and little ponds that you'd go to and catch salamanders, little amphibians, and frogs all over, and turtles. It was like this weird little ecosystem that just gone.
That's just because they started building a lot of
Yeah, they
houses
built a lot of shit is what it is, definitely.
But the scientists are trying to figure out why the frogs are disappearing. Look it up.
Same thing. I think it's the same thing.
In general, they're saying something's going on with the frogs.
But it's got to be the same thing. Frogs need a certain environment to live in, and I don't think housing developments are conducive to their survival.
I don't even think they're taking that into consideration, and they're still saying what is going on with the frogs.
Well, it's saying the same thing with the bees.
I think the frogs are the aliens, and they're just going back home.
Bees are disappearing.
Frogs are queer.
Frogs are aliens. Frogs and cats are definitely aliens.
No.
Yeah, because you guys look at aliens like they're supposed to kind of look more human. They're walking among us. They're cats.
Cats look like they belong here on this planet.
Fuck no, they don't.
Yeah, they do. They got arms and legs, head, teeth.
You were
noses.
a cat owner. Those things are not. They're not.
If it was smart enough to be a fucking alien and get here, I could tell it to stop clawing my fucking couch, and I'd be able to have a cat.
I don't know what they do when you're sleeping at night.
They claw your shit up is what they do.
Well, what does that mean?
Then they lay on your chest and steal your breath.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but they burn
someone out there get that joke?
Yes. I'm with you on that one. Mooney in Texas, where it snowed a couple inches in, I think, the Houston area. Mooney, what's up?
Morning, Opie. Morning, Anthony. Morning, Jim.
Hey. Morning, Mooney.
Opie, you're completely correct about adding time.
Thank you.
When they had it July and August, they had to add 10 days to account for leap year.
There you go. You can't just add 10 days.
They did.
They don't have it figured out. There's a shift going on. We're in December, but this was like mid-October when we were growing up. We lost 2 months in our lifetime somehow.
Yeah, but 365 days later, it's still different, and the caps have melted. I think that's the big problem. Because I went to the polar ice caps many times as a boy.
Oh, did you?
Did you, Jimmy?
Yes, my father would take me there.
Certainly did.
And we fished for polar bears with a cocks.
You hear?
All right, well, that sucked. To hear the Opie and Anthony Show 5 days a week live on satellite radio, online on your phone or tablet, or even on demand, go to SiriusXM.com. Also, interact with the Opie and Anthony Show on Twitter, @Opie Radio, @Anthony Cumia, and @Jim Norton.